Well, we could spend probably the entire press conference talking about the Linfield game, so I'm just going to pick out a couple of key points to ask you about. The Conor McDermott red card changed the complexion of the game. Have you had a chance to look back at any replays of that?
Yes, I did. And I thought at the time that it was a 50-50 hard challenge. Looking at the video, Conor does arrive a bit late. I don't think there was any intention to cause harm there. Usually when you see a player going in to cause harm, they've got a straight leg, locked out. I think Conor just arrived a fraction late and Jimmy came through the ball, took the ball cleanly. So unfortunately, it was what it was, red card, and we'll have to deal with it.
And to be honest, news to me at the end of the game that Shane McCartan was sent off for celebrations in the aftermath of the equaliser. Did you know much about that at the time?
No, I didn't. Obviously, we scored the goal. The team celebrated. The game was restarted, and then I discovered that Shea had been sent off. So it was news to me at that time. So I didn't see the incident. But I've since learned through the referee's report that he was shown a red card, so we'll have to deal with that as well.
We've seen over the last couple of months that this team's strong enough to go ahead against teams and then maybe go 2 goals up, 3 goals up. But what we probably haven't seen so much of because of our defensive record is whenever we're up against it, whenever we're a goal down, whenever our backs are against the wall, how the team responds. So 1-0 down, 10 men on the pitch against Linfield away from home. How sort of proud were you of the guys that they were able to step up to that and show the resolve that was needed to really get the result?
I mean, I thought it was a credit to the players. It was super performance for them to dig in. As I said before, if it was 1-1 and we went to 10 men and we dug in to hold on for the draw, it's already impressive. But to go to 10 men and then score at the National Stadium against a strong Linfield team like that and then hold on for such a long period, I mean, with the added time, 8 minutes of added time, I believe we played around 40 minutes with 10 players. So it was a hard shift from the players, credit to them. They dug in, maintained their discipline. It was sort of last stand stuff at times with Bobby Burns getting overloaded with 2 and 3 players down the right-hand side, multiple crosses coming in. But that's what you have to deal with when you go down to 10 men against a quality team. But I think it showed a real strong character, belief, desire and commitment to get the point, and it continued our unbeaten run, and that's what we set out to do.
And we moved from Linfield, one of this year's finalists in the County Antrim Shield, to the other finalists this Saturday when we welcome Larne to the Oval. So no opportunity to rest. What sort of a game do you expect under the floodlights at the Oval on Saturday evening?
They've been good games since I've been here against Larne. And I always give credit to Larne what they've done in terms of their project over the last 5 years. They've built their club from, similar to ours, a team with no hope and no future, into a sort of a shining light there in the town of Larne. What they've done is incredible. And when they show up to play on their day, they can beat any team in this league. They are dangerous when they're in possession of the ball. They're dangerous on transitions, counter-attacks. They have good players all over the park. So we've had good games against them in my time here. And they've been enjoyable to be part of. We've had some good results. They've nicked a few from us as well. So it's a team that shows up to play, and with some luck on the day, hopefully it's our 3 points.
And we've obvious suspensions coming up for this game as well. Where do we stand in terms of injury suspensions, players who are available, unavailable for Saturday's game?
Well, we have Conor McDermott will be facing a suspension after the red card. Injury-wise, we haven't picked up any more other than our long-term injuries. Obviously, we still have some medical issues in terms of COVID currently that we're dealing with. And that can change by the minute. That it's currently we're doing this press conference on Thursday with 48 hours until kickoff time. These things change by the hour. So hopefully keep our fingers crossed that we get through with a healthy squad for Saturday.
And central defenders are quite a niche role, so just want to ask a couple of questions about Joe Crowe. So he moved into defence there in the last game to cover for the suspended Kilmartin. One of his late runs is drawing links between him and Messi on social media, so I'm not going to ask you about that. But that aside, how do you think he handled that change of position, and is that an option that you're looking at going forward?
Well, I think he's now known as Ronaldo after that run. Someone said the other day. So we've got Messi and Ronaldo. Look, Joe was a central defender early in his career. When Joe was at Norwich and playing in England, that was his position. When he moved back home to Northern Ireland after being in England, he was a central defender. I think the feeling was he was likely maybe a little not big enough to be a central defender, but he's a quality player with the ball. So he can slot into central defender, central midfield, and he's comfortable in both. So he's a versatile player. Often doesn't get enough credit, but we can't forget that in my first season here, Joe played almost every game central midfield. He also played last year County Antrim Shield final as a central defender. He's played in other big games as a central defender. So we know that if counted need be, Joe can cover those positions easily.
And the Northern Ireland Executive announced today then there'll be no additional restrictions on sporting venues for at least the next week. However, we have seen an all-time high of COVID cases reported in the last 24-hour period. Maybe you'd like to, but you can't put these players in the basement in the Oval and just keep them safe in there. But is that now part and parcel of the game? And we've 6 games scheduled for January. Do the players get COVID advice as part of the training sessions alongside nutritional advice and fitness advice? Or is the onus on the players to sort of take their own responsibility?
Obviously, we give them the guidance that's put forward by the authorities. We have to follow that as well. We can't break any rules or laws. The players know that we have protocols in the club. One being if anyone with symptoms at all can't come anywhere near the place until they're tested. So we have testing in place. So this is part and parcel of what we're dealing with at the minute. All clubs are dealing with it. And unfortunately, we've had games called off over the last week or two. One club has suffered probably more than others. But I think this is a sign of what's to come. I don't think it's going to ease off any in the coming weeks. And I know that the Championship and some of the Intermediate League games have suffered for this coming weekend. So who knows if all 6 of the Premier League games will go off this Saturday. We don't know that yet. Like I said, this is Thursday. This can change by tomorrow, Friday, and even some can change by Saturday morning. So we just hope that the players stay healthy, the people around the clubs, including the fans and volunteers and staff, everybody remains healthy. But with the rates surging as they are, I don't think anybody can predict what's coming, and we just have to deal with it hour by hour, day by day.